What's going on, you little rascals? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. It is the 23rd day of February. We just can't seem to get out of this month of February, man. I feel like it's going on forever. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it, okay? As I said, it's the 23rd. We have about 10 hours and 20 minutes left in this day, sitting here at $66.2 thousand. We did have a move all the way down as low as 64.3K. And yesterday I was mentioning this thought here. When we were at the top, I was saying, well, maybe not the top, but just the top of this little drop here. I was saying, I'm curious to see what happens when we break through this threshold. Are we going to just drop through the floor and then come down to these lows, maybe see a lower low, or is this volatility here going to persist? Are we going to maintain this kind of downward sloping channel? And it looks like, at least for now, it looks like that volatility is still intact. We'll see. We'll look at the short-term stuff and see, are we just back testing prior support for resistance and now we're going to continue moving down? We'll see all of that. And I want to say the same thing that I was saying yesterday too. Yesterday, everybody was saying, and maybe not just yesterday, but over the past week, I feel like I've seen a lot of people draw this quote-unquote pennant pattern. And yesterday I was saying, I don't think this is a pennant. I think this is something else. I think really it's just an overall double bottom. And I think now that we're moving like this, it's more appropriate to call this a downward sloping channel or some kind of a wedge than it is a pennant pattern. At least at this point, I think it's pretty obvious. Let's look at the short-term stuff. We'll look at the 1 hour time frame. We'll zoom back out and see where this thing's going. Again, my overall assumption is right here, and as it's been here, here, and here at all these high points, that we are going to go below this low. Now, how much lower are we going to go? That's a good question, but I would at least assume that we go below this low. That's my assumption. There is a chance that we could find a higher low and that we move up. Probably, if that happens, this is not the low. We would still go lower than we have now. But in all fairness, that was right off the golden ratio. That's a pretty nice reaction off the golden ratio, if I'm being honest here. Let's look at the short-term stuff and then we'll zoom back out, okay? 1 hour time frame. I mean, just a catastrophic drop, man. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, guys. But when I look at this, right, when I see all these movements, and I mean, you see these big drops happening with volume here and with volume here like this, it doesn't make me feel like the bulls are the ones that are in charge. It makes me feel like the bears are in charge, and when they're done doing whatever they want to do, they let the bulls have their fun and play. But when the bears are like, all right, it's time to go down, they have no problem pushing that price down, man. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right way to think of it or not, but man, that's pretty aggressive there. We are pulling back. And this is a nice reaction. It really is a nice reaction off the golden ratio. The common thing that we see in these fib retracements, if you find support of this golden ratio, is that you come back to the 0.5 area here, or the 382 area here, or somewhere in between, which is exactly where we are now. You come back there, you find resistance, and then you come back down to your golden ratio zone. And in this coming back down, you don't expect to find support here, rather than what you would expect is to break through and go to the 786, 886. This zone here at about 62.5K to 61.3K is a potential low area. This could be where Bitcoin finds its low. And again, it's a higher low overall. But at least there. Again, in the context of this overall move, this consolidation phase, I think that this is not the higher low that we're looking for. I think that we are going to go lower, probably. I mean, we broke out with high velocity and with size, and all we're doing at this point is back testing prior support for resistance. Is it sloppy? Yes. It's not perfectly clean here, but still you're finding resistance at prior support. If we come back down, the main thing here, we come back down, you guys, after finding resistance in this 382.5 area, if we come back down to the golden ratio to this low, the statistical probability of us finding a double bottom here, it's not good. It's very likely that you go down here. And then from there, we probably move back up and we find resistance at the golden ratio, which is also prior support. And finding that resistance coming back down would likely allow us to break below this low here. So in this overall kind of process and just drawing it as I'm seeing it happen, I mean, let's just see. I wanna try to be Nostradamus here. Let's just see. from a low, let's see, low there to a high there. We'll take the fake out high. Or we're not going to take the fake out high. I would imagine, right? We probably consolidate a little bit. We come back down. We'll probably move down a little bit aggressively. Come back up rather aggressively and chill again, right? Like we have been. Looks kind of like this here, like one of these moves here, whatever. In time, we'd come down. I would assume then, yes, yeah, exactly what I was saying all of last week and what I've been saying this week as well is that likely we will dump going into the end of February, which this is the end of February right here. We will dump going into the end of February and probably dump in the beginning of March as well. But I was thinking it'd be the first half of March. I'm feeling a bit more confident in saying I think it'll be the first week of March that we actually find this low. And March will be a good month. I think March will be a good month, but it's going to open up to the downside. It might even be aggressive with its opening. I very much expect we will see prices below 60K in the first week of March. Just following this path down, right? And then going to this area, that puts us March 5th, March 7th. I don't know. Just an idea there. Just thinking out loud. 1 hour time frame, looking at the RSI. Here's another idea for you. This RSI says we are going down, man. We are going lower. You got a higher high here. You've got lower highs in the price. Higher high with the RSI, lower high with the price. That's bad. That's called hidden bearish divergence. Even though you have a higher high right there, really it seems as though you have lower highs and lower lows as if you're in a channel downwards. I don't like the posturing here. The stochastics, they don't look bad. You are at the same area you found resistance before and support before. You have found resistance here before. And looking at the RSI, I would assume that you find resistance here now. But the stochastics in themselves don't make me bearish. The MACD is bearish, that's for sure. 4 hour time frame, looking at this here. I really do, guys. I think all this is right now, it's a nice reaction off the golden ratio, but I think the fact that we're getting tied up here, it's just setting us up for lower prices. And maybe today, maybe by the end of today, maybe by the end of the 23rd, we'll be back below 64K. If not, sometime soon, like tomorrow or the next day. I don't expect that we're going to be here for too long. Again, with this low, we chilled for a second. It's been a while since we've even gone lower than that low. We just did that today. Can we chill here? Can we move sideways and then maybe move up a little bit, get a lower high, and then move down? It could be some time. I mean, maybe it's even March before we go below this low. I think that seems a bit extreme. I would think that we get moving a little bit earlier than that, but still, it can take time before we move lower. I do again assume because we've just broken through this threshold here with some volume, we're back testing prior support as resistance. I would assume we're going to get moving down pretty soon, maybe as early as like today, over the coming hours. 4 hour RSI looks bearish to me. The stochastics, I'm not bullish on. I mean, it kind of looks the same as what it did over here, and you just kept moving down incrementally. It wasn't the most crazy bearish move, but you still were moving down, lower lows, lower highs. Nice bounce off the oversold zone, though. And the MACD, again, talking about this false cross and then a rejection here. I mean, this just seems bearish as hell to me, you guys. I think right now we're at like the top of the roller coaster, and we're starting to feel it go down, right? Like that initial zero gravity feeling. I think it's starting now. Everything slows down. You can see the bottom coming in. We're going to start accelerating here pretty soon. I think that we will start to accelerate to the downside over this week here. And when I say accelerate, these are very aggressive sounding words. I don't mean this. We're not going to do this. I mean, maybe. Let's see how much. What would something like that do? I mean, maybe we could do this exact thing again, but that'd be like the most extreme of it, right? I don't think that we're going to see something like that. When I say accelerate, I just mean faster than what we've seen here. Maybe not this fast, but still faster, right? We're probably going to be moving down. And again, I expect we see lower prices than this here. My low expectation, we take this low here to a high here. My low expectation would be 53.4K. My minimum expectation would be 58.8K. So anything and everything in between there is fair game. I really wouldn't be surprised at all if we bounced right here. And that would throw a lot of people off too, because from a low here to a high, if anybody's using fibs, the 1272 is a little bit lower than 58.8K. It's right there at 57K. I think it would throw people off. It'd throw off some algorithms, and I think that's the whole point of this move. So it would be perfect to bounce right at that 2618, in my opinion. Remember, my friends, if there's anything that you can take away from this video or any videos that you watch of mine at all while this process is being fulfilled, the main message here is don't freak out. Don't freak out. If you bought here, that's fine. Guess what? If you bought here and the price goes down here, guess what? That is okay. I'll be the person to tell you that that is okay to do. That is totally fine if you bought up here and the price goes down. What's not okay to do is if you buy if you buy up here and the price drops, is to sell down here. If you buy up here and you sell down here, that's not okay. It's totally acceptable to buy up here, hold down here, and wait for the price to come back up, and then maybe get out, right? But realize that we're still in a bear market, and maybe I should wait time-wise until we go to the next lows after that, whatever. That's just what I'll be doing, but that doesn't have to be what you're doing. But at the very least, then you can sell or hold in confidence, a little bit more confidence, you're not making the wrong decision, right? And then again, even if it does go lower, just like this time here, you will have learned to trust the process, and you will probably DCA buy more as things go lower. I'm painting a scenario here that's probably not going to happen exactly like this, but really what I'm trying to address, again, is if you want to buy Bitcoin, then this is not financial advice. This is a fine area to do so. We're at insane discounts, right? But you better not sell if we go lower. When we go lower, you better not sell. This lower move is not going to be because people are freaking out, people are panicking, Bitcoin's weak, Bitcoin's going to zero. It's not going to be because of that at all. The reason why this lower low is going to happen is because the market makers, the people that are in control that are pushing this market around, they want you to get scared and sell your Bitcoins to them and your cryptos to them. So if that's their goal, and we know that is their goal right now, then we know when the price goes down here, we are not going to panic. This is orchestrated. 100% it's orchestrated. They want, and if I'm wrong, if it's not orchestrated, cool. Then we will continue to go lower. We will continue to go lower then. Or I'm wrong, and then we'll just move up from here. But mark my words, if it's one of these things where as soon as we get a slightly lower low, and then that's when we move up. Then that's when we recover. That's when we break out of the zone, right? It's like if we look at this consolidation phase and we called for the breakout to the upside, you were right the whole time. You just had a little fake out first before you got started, right? We broke out to the upside. It's just there to mess with you. If we get a slightly lower low and then we move up, that vindicates everything that I've just said, because that literally shows that all that was stop hunts. That's all it was. It was a drop with the intent to get people to panic sell. And now we can move up. Now that you don't have any crypto and you can't sell up here, only we can sell up here, only the big dogs, only the exchanges can sell up here, only the institutions, because you sold down here to them. That's how they like to do it. Anyways, I got nothing else for you. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. They did the same thing to the upside here, man. How many people FOMO'd right here? How many people FOMO'd at every single one of these highs? Do you guys remember? We forget so quickly. But I remember. You can literally look back. You can go to the dates, right? This was on the 15th of January. This is on the 5th of January. This is on the 10th of December, the 3rd of December, 28th of November. All of those days there, people were screaming from the top of their lungs, we're going above 100K. We're going right now. The market was excited and everything like that. And as soon as you got these slightly higher highs every time, that's when we dropped. The manipulation is there. The messing with you is there. It's very obvious. So again, that's all I'm doing is calling for more, right? Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.